Welcome back, everybody. We've got an awesome video for you today. James and I are going to be going into his returns so far this year, so far for 2021. We're going to share the percentage return that he's been able to gain trading the ASFX systems. James is going to kind of share with us some of his keys to success over the last year. And we're going to talk about a brand new service that we're launching here at ASFX called the Black Shirt Club. So James, it's good to see you, bro. I'm glad that you're feeling rested, feeling excited. How has your trading week been so far this week?
Yeah, good to be on again as well with you. Yeah, this week's just been very slow. Obviously, probably very choppy due to NFP, but good. Feel rested and great to be back at the desk.
Are you excited to announce the Black Shirt Club now that we're dropping this video? Because what we're going to do, everybody, is the day that we're putting this video out on YouTube and on social media, I'm sending out emails to let everybody know on our email list as well, all of our subscribers, that the Black Shirt Club applications are open. So are you excited to get this out finally? I know we've been cooking this for a while here.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited, and I think it will be very, very beneficial to many of the traders within the ASFX that want to take their trading to an elite level.
So before we get into that, I totally agree with you. But before we get into the coaching and things like that, I do want to talk about your success so far this year. And I think part of what you're going to tell us today, I'm going to guess part of your success is because of the coaching that you've received, not only from me, but from some of the other more experienced guys, the guys that have been in ASFX a little bit longer. And what I've also noticed with you, and I'm curious to know your opinion on this or your thoughts on this, is that you've gotten better at trading as you have been coaching other traders more. The more that you coach people, the better you get, which I think is very interesting because I feel the same way about me. It was part of the reason why I started sharing what I was doing, what was working for me, what wasn't working for me. So it's interesting to see that happening for you. But let's, like I said, start with the return. So this year, you're up almost 90%. I'm going to put it here on the screen so everybody can see the MyFX book. Up almost 90%, bro. That is not an easy feat. So if there was one thing that you would say has led to that success, what would you say in a simple sentence? I know it's not easy, but what's one thing that stands out to you?
Constant improvement. I would say that's in a simple sentence, just constant improvement and getting better at your craft. Like, we can never know everything, and just getting better and, just coming forth every single week with work-ons. There's always something you can work on, whether it be being more patient in your entries, or giving yourself maybe a bigger stop because you find that you're getting stopped out a bit too often. Just refining those little things each and every single week. And it's been a great percentage gain, not as good as last year, but you take what you get, and you just I'm pretty sure many people would be happy with that.
I think many people would be happy with it. And for people that know me and ASFX, we don't ever really talk about the amount of money. I don't want you to share how much money you've made, because I think that can be a distraction to some of the guys that are either trading a small account or trading a big account. Percentages are percentages. And that's why we're focused on that 90%. And I think, like you said, most people, if not anybody, would be very happy with that year over year. And now for you to be able to duplicate almost 100% returns 2 years in a row is really, I think, starting to show your consistency too. So that constant improvement that you come into the day looking to grow in, that's led to you now having almost 2.5 going into now 3 years of really good trading returns. With your constant improvement, can you give us more specifics on what you're improving? I know you said entries. I know you said a couple other things. Is risk like moving your stop loss? Is risk management something that has been a big focus for you over the last year? Or have you really focused in on finding better entry signals and better sizing? What has been the focus there?
I think for me, like moving up, going in when I started to become successful with you, maybe halfway through, I started with you beginning of January 2020 for the guys that don't know, and getting into the middle of last year, I started to increase my position sizes to, becoming bigger and bigger positions. And with that, moving up in positions, obviously moving into this year, can be a bit daunting sometimes, because you want to pull a position when the whole move hasn't happened. So say like maybe you up 10 pips, but you're risking 15, and it's holding the 8 beautifully, good bullish or bearish momentum, whatever, and you up X amount of dollars and you want to pull it. I've had that, I've been susceptible to that, but I think just staying true to the process and refining that, and not looking at the dollar amounts but the percentage game, because 100% or whatever, 90% in this case is 90% is 90% of $1 million or $10 million or $10,000. It's 90%. If you're making it on that amount, it's percentages are objective, whereas monetary gains are subjective. So I think definitely just staying true to the process.
That's a great answer. And I think one other thing that you do that kind of goes along with that is you, in the past, when I first met you, you were always in a way, in your own way. You were getting in your own way. You were kind of talking yourself out of things. And the thing that I think about is, remember when you got on a call with me and Riley just to talk about your YouTube channel, and all you needed was someone to say, hey, you can do this, bro. You can start this channel. And now look at the community that you're building on your own channel too. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, you were just kind of in your own way there. So you've worked through that. Have you been focusing on that, or is that just something that has come as a byproduct of you always wanting to grow?
I think as soon as I started to, share my journey I'm a very outgoing person, very like a people's person orientated, and I know that you are as well. So very easy to talk to new people, get along with almost everyone. I think that just came along with, my trading journey. So I think it was just part of the next step in the process that I needed to, kind of put myself out there. There's nothing wrong with putting your personal brand out there. I think that's kind of will be the future. As you say, maybe I think there was a saying that goes that even if you put your brand out there, no one likes it, someone saw it. So there's always got to be positives with there's no negatives to making content.
No. My dad always used to say to me that as long as they're talking about you, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Whether it's good or bad, that's up to, interpretation. But as long as they're looking, as long as they're gaining attention, that's going to do you better in the long run when you're trying to build a business. So I agree with you there. To get more specific on the trades that you've been taking to lead to that 90% return, because I'm sure people are going to have questions. And for those of you watching, put the questions in the comments. James and I will answer all of them. But my number one question was, what entry signal would you say you've been focused on the most in the last year of the ASFX systems? Is it the A1, the D1, or the D2?
I would definitely say the A1, because the D1 feeds the A1, right? So, and for everyone watching that's maybe not inside the courses, the A1 is the beginner entry and exit system. So anybody can use it coming in, starting out their foundational knowledge of the FX market. And lately, I've just been using that 15-minute shift. So for the guys that are in ASFX, when the short-term shift is in our favor, that's basically an A1, right? A1 shift candle. And then I've been looking for D1 entries while that shift is in our favor. So I think it's a good mixture, A1 with the D1, I would say.
No D2 though, not really your thing. The reversal's not really your thing.
Not really. Hey, I've seen that there's always going to be one trade a day that is in trend, right? When the market's good and moving, why would you take a D2 when you can find a nice A1, D1 into A1 in trend moves? It's always going to make sense to trade that over a D2. I know that you and I have been looking more into the D2s lately and trying to get better at that. But I always feel that when the market's nice and hot, you always would rather be trading in trend moves, which is our D1 and A1 patterns.
I totally agree with you. I'm the same way. So let's transition the conversation a little bit to the coaching side of things. Now, you and I have done some one-on-one coaching, but like I said before, a lot of your success, I think, has come as you have been coaching other people, which has led us to now wanting to put this Black Shirt Club service together. So before we explain the Black Shirt Club, have you had any big takeaways from your coaching with other traders that have impacted you and your trading? Has anything stood out to you as you've done that over the last couple of months?
I would say that probably a couple of the takeaways is that that some traders just need that extra bit of motivation from, like, hey, you can do it, or like, it's possible. Like, lots of traders that I've come across. I know I had a guy last night that he's been with you actually since your T3 live days, and when you were calling it the S1 and the S2, if I'm not mistaken, but I think he just needed that extra bit of motivation. Like, hey, like, James and James is kind of, it's not only Austin that's able to make use of the systems and be profitable. It's also, hey, James is able to grind out this 90% a month this year and was profitable over 100% last year. So I think this is a bit of motivation that, hey, you like anybody willing to work and get motivated and put the time and effort into learning the systems through you or me or Lindsay or Jerome or Ryan can become profitable traders within the ASFX family.
That's a great answer. I think too, what it's like, and as I think about your 90% return, and I think about what people are going to say to this, like, yeah, of course you've grown as a trader, but also psychologically, I think you seeing what other traders struggle with helped you overcome those struggles faster almost. For example, one of the big things you do really well is even if you take a lower probability trade that I sometimes don't agree with, or I don't like it as much as you lock your stop loss, you mitigate your risk, and you take profits fast. So you're bagging these wins, which leads to that 90% compounded return over a year. Some people don't do 90% in 10 years. So I think it's that psychological shift that you made through coaching other people to the perspective of, hey, I don't need to try to hit home runs. I need to hit singles because I see everybody else trying to hit home runs and it's not working for them. So I tell them to do singles. So I need to go hit my singles and my doubles and just bag my wins. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yep. I think I was actually just thinking now of a quote. I think Steve Burns, I love watching liking his posts on Instagram and Twitter. I think he said something about like, you remember, I don't know the quote exactly, so don't quote me on this, but something about like, you remember 90% of the things that you teach, right? Instead of like what you say is like 10% or whatever it was. But the most thing that you remember is the stuff that you teach. And I think from me teaching is like, hey, I'm telling this guy to not go for big, look for like flipping 3-4 R trades. Just get those 1.5, 1.8 R, 2 R trades and just knock it in the bag and move on. And that's what I think has been working well for me, is because if you think about it, 90%, and we start of the 10th month now, right? 90 divided by 9 is 10% a month. If I had to tell other people that I was able to do 10% a month for every month, they would say, no, that's impossible. But the thing is that it is possible. And when you're doing it yourself, I think what going onto the coaching side is that when I was with you and I saw, okay, like Austin, Austin's able to do it. And I was speaking to other traders within ASFX, like Dennis, if they're able to do it, why not me? Why not someone else that wants to come into the Black Shirt Club? Why not them? It's all it takes is a mindset of like it's going back to what you've said on our past videos, is whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right.
100%. And like you said, sometimes some people need that little kick of motivation, not necessarily they need to even change up too much of what they're trading. Sometimes the coaching comes in and just gives them that motivational kick. I've had many people book calls with me and they'll say, hey, I don't really have any trades for us to go over. I just need you to kind of get my fire lit. And that's what you and me are here to do. So let's talk about the Black Shirt Club, because I think that's a great transition into that. So for those of you that are wondering, you've probably seen, I posted a few videos on the YouTube channel, testimonials, few from James, people saying how much they enjoy coaching with James. And that process over the last couple of months of positive feedback from the one-on-one coaching has led us to wanting to build a new service, a more inclusive, more private, and more detailed service, if you would. So basically, on simple terms, what the Black Shirt Club is going to be a small group of traders. We're going to limit it to 15 people. Those 15 people, which we will build a wait list for, because we know we're going to have more than 15 people interested in this. Those people will do one-on-one interviews with me and James. You'll be able to apply with the link in the description. Like I said, I'm going to email all the members the application. It'll be on our website, so you can apply at any time whenever you feel like you're ready or you need it. We'll bring people into that group of 15, and every person in that group of 15 gets a couple of very exclusive pieces of access to James and I. So number one, you get unlimited calls, video calls, and you get our private Google Voice number. So you can text us, say, hey, can we hop on a call? I want to go over my trade today. I'm looking at this trade. What do you think of this? You get private communication with James and I through the trading session and even after the trading session. So all of your calls are built into the plan that we're going to build for you. Beyond that, you're also going to get access to a private Discord server separate from the ASFX chat that we currently have for people that take the course. The reason we want to give you guys this private Discord server is so you have a community of other serious traders to talk to. Our server right now with just the ASFX course members is over 1,500 people. It's hard to make a friend there. But if you're in a group of 15 people, it's a lot easier to get to know each other and to build a relationship there with someone else who is financially incentivized to grow in their trading business as well. So you already are at common ground, so is the idea there. And then beyond that, anything that the trader you would need throughout the course of the plan, James and I will be there for you. So whether it's a motivational call, or we need to sit down on a weekend and go over new trade ideas or go over the A1 or D1 or D2, whatever it may be, we're there for you. And I think the biggest part of this for me is that I want to be there to hold other traders accountable, because I see accountability being the area that most people struggle to uphold a standard in. So when you guys would come into the Black Shirt Club, James and I will be there every day talking with you, or every other day saying, hey, what are your goals this week? What do we need to hold you accountable to? How are we going to grow? That is the only way to grow, is to set a standard, be held accountable to it. And when you don't reach it, we can adjust. But when you do reach it, then we can make it harder and we can see the growth even come faster. So for me, I think that this is going to be a great service. I'm excited to get these guys working with us. And the last thing I'll say before I pass it to James to give his piece is I feel like this is what Tiger Woods would do, or Michael Jordan. That was what James and I are both inspired by Tim Grover, who coached a lot of really successful athletes. And that's what we want to be for successful traders. We don't want to do this with everybody. This isn't going to be something that 1,500 people or 1,000 or 100 people can be a part of. It's going to be a small group of serious traders. And there's going to be a plan custom built for you as far as how much time you're going to be in the group. Because of course, the goal is to continue to build self-sufficient traders. It's not to create a signal group here and have you guys following me and James. It's to get you more confident, more consistent, more self-sufficient, and then we let you go and we sub your spot in with somebody from the wait list. That's going to be what the Black Shirt Club looks like. So James, you got anything you'd like to add to that? I think I covered most of the service, right?
I think you hit the nail on the head. You covered all the service, and I was going to mention, me and you are both inspired by Tim Grover, and I think the reason people might be like, oh well, why is Austin and James? We don't need coaching. We bought the course, and we can do this now. We got the entry systems, we got the exit systems, but trading is a lot more beyond that. It's anybody can see what a shift candle is and read a chart. It's more about I think there's a lot of value in connecting with other like-minded traders and getting coaching from guys that have, you've been there and I was taking coaching lessons from you. So now I think it's quite cool for you to see that I've come up now and starting to build my own step and ladder to success, but within the ASFX brand and family. And I think that's what me and you both want to see. We want to help inspire other traders that want to be serious and want to get this high end level of coaching, like Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods still has a swing coach, and Michael Jordan still had a shooting coach and Tim Grover to help 100%. Him when he was at the prime of his career. It's not like me. I still phone you and ask you about trading some work cons like this, and I speak to Riley. I had a call with her the other day about mindset thing. So it's we never just become perfect. We're always trying to build, and I think is kind of the point of this Black Shirt Club, is to get guys that on the right track and then fast track their success to their road to success.
Perfect. You said it perfect. Shortcut the experience for everybody. And like you said, that coaching is never something that stops for the high performers. They're always looking to be coached, always looking to be held accountable and to be pushed. So if that sounds like you, if you're watching this and you're like, look, James is living proof, if not one of many traders that we've already shown here on the YouTube channel that can come into ASFX and not only now trade the systems well and lead that to profitable returns, but he can also teach this to other people. Some people you'd like to think that we're all unique, but we're not. James and I are very similar. So both of us working together kind of gives you guys, as you'll see on the website, like 2 trading coaches in your pocket. It's like a 2-for-1. So if James is ever busy, I'm there to support it. If I'm ever busy or asleep, James is there to support it. So back and forth, we're going to be able to give you guys almost more support than you would even with just one of us. And that's why we're super, super excited to get this out to you guys. So what we're going to do, we'll wrap up the video here. You guys saw James's return so far this year. You can definitely wish him a congratulations, a little motivation there for you guys that are watching. And if you want to apply to the Black Shirt Club, click the link in the description, fill out your information, complete the application, and then hopefully we'll be in touch with you to set up your consultation interview where we go over everything that's included with the Black Shirt Club membership, all the finer details with everything that we kind of breezed over here. But I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you coming on and being willing to share the returns and put your name out on that. And I just appreciate you working hard to not only help ASFX reach more traders and make an impact in the trading world, but also I just appreciate you motivating me and pushing me to get more serious about this coaching, because this is where we can make more of an impact. We're only doing it with 15 people, but we can make 15 traders really great. So I'm excited to see what comes of this. I'm excited to see the money that people make from this.
I agree. And it's thank you for having me, Austin. And I just wanted to leave on this note is I got a couple of messages today with one of the guys that I coach, and he just passed his prop firm challenge. So it's very rewarding for us as coaches and definitely for you guys as traders. So I'll very much look forward to what this Black Shirt Club will be in the future.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you everybody for giving us the time. We appreciate you guys as always. Make sure you check out the link in the description, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed so you don't miss our future live streams and all of our videos. And hopefully we will see you guys in the Black Shirt Club soon.